Hello guys, today we learn Angular service in AngularJS. What is service in AngularJS? Basically, a service is just a function for the business layer of the application. It acts as a constructor function and is invoked once at a runtime with new, much like with a plain JavaScript. Angular is just calling a new instance under the hood of ours. When should you use it? Use a service when you want to just create things that act as a public API like HTTP or such as subtract method, yeah, or we can define a custom method like subtract divide or call a service inbuilt service HTTP method. Use it for things you would use a constructor for. Ac- Actually, AngularJS service are lazy initiated. AngularJS only initiate a service when an application component depends on it. And singleton. Each component depends on a service get reference to the single instance generated by the service factory. Note, you add as a dependency of the component in controller, service, filter or directive that depends on the service. Let us see here a script of writing the service method myapp.service and service name and function name. You define a subtract function and define a divide functions. And here is a calculate. Here is a myapp controller method and controller name and my customer service injected here. You can see and use of this like my service custom service dot subtract method and other button my customer service dot divide method. Now move to the example. Here we will define like adding a library AngularJS and Bootstrap mini.cs, and already we have seen in this section defining of service and defining a controller. Now come to the UI point. Here you define ngapp myapp and controller name is calculator controllers and enter a number first text box and second text box or second numbers, and there is two button subtract and button divide, and here we can display the result. Now run the this page service AngularJS service. Here if we enter like 5 a number and enter a second number like 2, and when we click on subtract button then we get result 1. When we enter like 12 and here we second number 2, then you divide by divide button, then you get the 6. Thus we see here a service can be injected in a controller or directive or filters. Thank you guys, have a nice day. If you want to more videos, please subscribe my channel.